Hello and welcome to this pre-event taste challenge. No, not really famous, but we have it's known about Cutty Sark Prohibition Edition. Cutty Sark is famous. This black bottle Prohibition Edition is not famous. I can't even get it anywhere in my parish. Y'all have counties, we have parishes. Okay, nowhere in my parish. But I did find this in St. Tammany Parish. I can get it in Jefferson Parish. This is a liter bottle, black glass. That's really dark brown. If you look at it under strong lights, dark brown. But Joe Cobb, I remember you on those little shorts, those one reelers. All right. You have a great night too. All right, so introduced in 2013, 100 proof. This is a 100 proof Cutty Sark. Cutty Sark was introduced in 1923, but this is a line extension. It's produced by Glen Turner these days. Glen Turner. They make their own Scotch. They have their own Scotch brand, Glen Turner, which we don't really get around here. But anyway, I've seen it on the internet. So it's got a cork, real cork. Let me moisturize it. I got a great deal in this. It was $23.99 at Acquista Paces. It's hard to believe, huh? About 2 years ago. Real cork. Yes. The competition is not famous at all. It's 80 proof, no age statement. Neither one of these have an age statement. So I don't know how old they is. This is Glen Logie, and there's the Glen Logie in Scotland. You can go on a hiking trail. I'd be scared to go on in that valley. But it was introduced in 2015, 2 years later than the Cutty Sark Prohibition Edition. It's 80 proof. It's from a company called Hay and McLeod, but they're really owned by Witt and McKay, all right? So, and if I had screen share on this platform, I would show you the Witt and McKay 100 overproof rum. It's kind of a famous rum. It's got the green and gold label with the clear bottle. Witt and McKay overproof rum. It's pretty common. I think Walmart still has it over here, a half mile away. So, parent company, neither one of these are independent companies, all right? I don't think they ever really were. But Cutty Sark, and it's embossed. It's got the since 1923 on there, but really this is 2013. But, Cutty Sark, the brand, has been around since 1923. So give me a Cutty and water while you at it. All right. Cool. $23.99 regular price, much higher. Glen Logie, well, if you get a handle, it's $24.99. I paid $9.99 for this. $9.99. Oh my goodness, that's right. I bought it. It was a deal. Does Witt and McKay make good Scotch? They don't make any Scotch, actually. They just more or less pay people to make it for them. It's one of those broker companies. Oh, no, that's too much. Screw up. I like it, but I don't like it that much. Let's see what we can do here. Oh, drat. All right, let me go get the towel. This is twice today. Oh, well. I guess this bottle pours better than you think. Yeah, it's a lot more reasonable. Now, look. I'll be right back. Then we'll look. All right, look, if you live in the United States, I live in one of the states, Louisiana, the best state, but that's just by luck, you know. But you basically get Cutty Sark, you know, the green label with the yellow, I mean the green bottle with the yellow label. Every liquor store in the world has it, you know. Fine. It's pretty good. I mean, I like it. A few of these stores had this specialty Cutty Sark Prohibition Edition. Why they came out with this, why they felt the need to have a 100 proof version, I don't know. Evan Williams has a 100 proof. Evan Williams, you know, from Kentucky. So there you go. If you get on the British website for Cutty Sark, they have like 20 different versions. There's like a honey flavored one, and a doggone there's like 10-year age and 12-year age, and but we don't really get that over here. I mean, we don't get it because I do a lot of shopping and we don't get it. Okay, so I'm not going to stress over it. They're both gold. I think the Cutty. Nope. I think the Glen got it wrong. I think the Glen Logie is a little lighter, but it's so minimal it doesn't matter. Clear, dry day. Got to put this in my calendar book. Been tracking this because on my videos I'm always saying we only get 40 to 45 clear, dry days. So it's sunny and dry, day number 13. 13. It's only the second month. I said we get 40 to 45. Well, we'll see what happens. Maybe I underestimated it. But to me, Louisiana weather is usually damp, cloudy, not comfortable. Okay, too cold for me. Now people are going to laugh, say, Louisiana, too cold for you? Yeah, too cold. I like it warm all the time. Butch Willie says, hey, dude, hello to you. All right, let's go. I don't think this is going to be much of a challenge. That's why I was doing it preemptive to this big event, you know. All right. I guess not too many people are going to be eating deviled eggs tonight, unless you want to pay $2 an egg. But what you getting, half an egg with the I like deviled eggs. No, I'm not a deviled egg, an anti-deviled eggite. Okay. It has some aroma, like some sweet grain. But this has a little peatiness, like compost pile. Compost pile. But it does have that a little bit. So I think it's kind of screwing me up in my mind, though, because my initial feeling was that the Glen Logie didn't have any aroma, and that's what I noticed in previous taste challenges. But I'm picking up a little scent here. Yeah, sweet grain like corn, barley malt, you know, barley bread. Yeah, smells nice. I'm getting peat here. Now, I know that the Glen Logie has no peatiness. So I think initially this has got to be the doggone Cutty Sark Prohibition Edition 100 proof product. But I'm going to be careful because I don't want to mess up again. It's beautiful outside, though. It's going to be chilly tonight, down to 40 degrees. Yeah. Honey top white bread crust. Butch Willie, congratulations on 16,000. Just realized you hit it. Yeah, it's like 16,030 something. Thank you. I was excited when I got to 15. I don't mean 15,000. I was excited when I got to 15. I said, wow, 15 people watching my channel. Huh. Never knew. Because I was just putting it out there, you know, like I didn't have any kind of great plan in 2010. I'd just say, well, I'll make beer reviews. If people watch, that'll be nice. If they don't, it won't be any different than now because I'm not doing anything right now except written reviews. I did written reviews on Beer Advocate, Rate Beer. So, and the Beer in Me, with the Beer in Me is gone. But I tried to keep it alive, but it was no hope. But yeah, so I really appreciate people watching. Because I mean, as you know, there's no any kind of editing, no kind of production values, no kind of graphics. It's just me making a video and posting it, you know, telling you what I think about the product. But I mean, I do read about, you know, if it's a beer or like these whiskeys, I read about them. I try to find out everything about them days ahead of time. And that's the truth, because I just like researching them, you know, seeing what I can find. And but with the Witt and McKay or Hay and McLeod, Glen Logie, I couldn't find too much, except that it was trademarked in 2015, first time it was used in commerce. And I know that Hay and McLeod is an old company, but they've been defunct for years. In other words, they still exist on paper because they were bought out by Witt and McKay. And Witt and McKay got a big old portfolio. They list all kind of whiskeys. If you look like on their portfolio, they got all kind of whiskey, rum, gin, brandy, everything. But they don't list everything they make. No, they're like Sazerac. They'll show a few products that they make, but there's probably more that they don't show than what they do show. I don't know why companies do this, because to me, if I owned it, I'll be showing everything, you know, but to each his own. Now, Glen Logie, is it good? It is good if you like honey top white bread crust, sort of simplistic, but in no way offensive. I don't know why anybody would drink this and talk about how it tastes nasty, because I don't believe it. Price $24.99 for a big jug bottle. Let's look at Cutty Sark. I mean, I hate to even look up the price because you basically can't find it. I'm looking at the website, Flavors, you know, in that British Commonwealth way. Flavors, complex layers of soft, ripe citrus fruits dipped in fresh honey and dusted with fragrant spices with creamy mouth-coating richness, hints of toffee with mouth-wateringly playful peppery notes. Prohibition delightfully tingles the edges of the tongue. Well, I don't think it's that great. And I'm looking at the British website right now because they're talking about it's a 70 centiliter bottle. And no, in the United States, it's 750 centiliters. And in fact, yeah, and in fact, it's 750. Yeah, they're saying the same thing here, 70 centiliters. No, it's 750. That's weird. I have to look up. This is the US website, but it's not really the US website. Okay. I don't care. All right, let's go to Total Wine and More, Cutty Sark. Cutty Sark. Oh, that's all they sell. The regular one. I knew it. They do not have the Prohibition Edition. The regular one is 22. Oh, that's so cheap. $22.49 for a handle, and it's so good. That's the best value. Like, if you ask me what's the best value for blended Scotch, I'm gonna say Cutty Sark Total Wine, $22.49. Give me a break. Okay, I've been watching you since 2015. I would watch your examines. Oh, thank you, Hector. Oh, you can pick up that peaty malt. Now, I was reading somewhere Oh, I don't remember. They were talking about what single malts are using Cutty Sark. There are some specific single malt whiskeys that are using Cutty Sark, but I don't know what they are. But this one's smoky and peaty. I mean, to a minimal extent. So they could be using one Isla and like two Space Odd or something. Hmm. Like I'm trying to tell you, it was never its own company. It was just simply a brand that whoever the original owner was came up with, and they were like, "Oh yeah, this is going to be a big hit." Cutty Sark with the ship and all of that, and we'll bring it in from different distillers. And they got a lot of companies like that in England, Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland, Irish Republic, the United States, Canada, where they don't really own any distilleries. It's just some people in an office, like I'm not joking. And they own brands. They just get trademarks, and they'll say, and they'll start bidding and contracting with different people. And they say, well, hey, look, we want to get this Scotch made. Let's say Scotch, since we're doing Scotch. We could apply this to whiskey, to American whiskey. But they'll say, we want this Scotch, and it has to be this kind of peatiness, this kind of ABV, this kind of body, mouthfeel, finish, and so then these people will start sending them responses. Oh yeah, we make something like that, or we can blend it like that, and then they'll start negotiating, and then they'll get the product, and then you think, and there's nothing wrong with that, because really, like, what difference does it make you drinking it, But you'll say, oh yeah, Cutty Sark, those guys make great whiskey. But it's really not those guys. It's like the people that make it for those guys, you know. You know what I'm saying? No, I mean, Prohibition is great value. That said, if any of you bought a bottle and didn't love it, know that it does suffer from bottle inconsistency, meaning maybe one of every 3 times it can have a sour note. Oh, what, really? Sorry to hear that. Okay, but let's go cut to the chase. Glen Logie. Yeah, absolutely nothing wrong with it. So I'm serious. Can you find it in other stores besides Total Wine? I'm not sure. Or is it a product that they contracted with Hay and McLeod to only be in their store? It could be, like Trader Joe's does with their product, but I don't know. But Total Wine is becoming like so big, So if you see it, $24.99 a handle, the big jug bottle, yeah, I'd buy it, because you're really not coming out on the downside. You're getting a good, simple, but good honey top white bread crust flavored Scotch. No nastiness, no harsh attributes, and it's pleasant and mild. So no smoke, no peat, just simple but enjoyable, and yeah, why not? Heck. Okay, now Prohibition Edition. Like I said, I don't really want to deal with price right now, because it's sort of hard to find anyway, and the prices can wildly vary. They just could be all over the map. And I got it for $23.99, which was unbelievable for a liter. But that's why I had to buy it. But you might see it and say, oh, man, I found it was $51.99. Yeah, well, $51.99 might be the regular price. Might be the proper price. So I really don't know. But I like Cutty Sark. But this I'm so tired. No, the Prohibition Edition is seriously a step up. It's obviously a step up. But what I'm trying to say, they make others. It's not just these two. There's the honey one with the honey bee, but I've never seen that. And then they have all these other variants, but I think you can only get it in England or Scotland, something like that. Wales, maybe. Channel Isles, Gibraltar, the Isle of Man. I don't know where you can find it, but they might have a locator tool. But it's not going to be in the USA, no. It's really good. I mean, You can, oh yeah. I wanted to check the label just to be sure, but it was obvious. But if you don't like peatiness, you say, oh no, I can't stand that peat. Tastes like rotted organic matter, Okay, well, don't buy it. Smokiness, no, you won't deal with smokiness. There is no smokiness, so that's not the issue. But there is peatiness. There's like that compost pile type thing, so you might want to be aware of that. But then Cutty Sark has that, so this is not significantly different than Cutty Sark. It's just like a more elevated version. You know what I mean? Like it's instead of 80 proof, it's 100 proof. 40% alcohol to 50. And it just has a bolder flavor, but it's not, I would not say it's a different flavor. It's sort of like the same flavor, just with more power. Okay, so if you can imagine that flavor, then you don't really need to buy it. So don't be looking for it. But if you stumble across it and it's a reasonable price, I would highly recommend it, yes. Mm-hmm. It's a shame in a way that the brand has been passed around like an old mop, If you saw every company that owned Cutty Sark in 89 years, you'd be say, oh, that's terrible. But it's just the way it works, But 89 years been on the market. No, not 89 years. 100 years. So yeah, I'm thinking of something else. So 100 years, 1923 to 2023. So, hey, wait a minute. It should be having some big extravaganzas, right? Like special offerings, special recipes, Cutty Sark 100th anniversary edition. Yeah. Hey. Whoever the owner is this week, you better put out some centennial editions. All right, so it's clearly better. And I can't say, is it worth the price? Because I don't know what the price is. It's too fluctual. There's too much variables with that. But, I mean, it probably is theoretically worth the price. Okay, that you're going to pay extra. Okay, Prohibition is great value. Oh, but when it's good, it's great. When it's bad, it can have a balsamic vinegar note. Ooh. Sour casks, which is why the sherry casks are left too long and sour. Oh, when the sherry casks. Yikes. Sorry for the long comment, but I had to add that in case anybody here ran into an issue. If you did, wait a bit and buy again later. Well, mine is not one of those off ones. There's no nasty sourness. No, it's just straight, smooth, Thank you, Ron, for being there in my hour of test. I'm not going to watch the big event for the first time since 1980. I need a good Scotch. I'm getting off right now to go watch it. You fortunately have not seen Cutty in decades. I've seen Cutty every day of my life. I see it everywhere I go. What are you talking about? The green bottle, yellow label. Cutty Sark is ubiquitous. King, you haven't seen it in bars or liquor stores? Yeah, right. Like, what are you talking about? Well, maybe he drank a little. Maybe he, people do that. I was hanging out with some people this morning. We were talking about before noon. And they were drinking this, drinking that. I'm thinking, I wanted to go eat lunch. And I thought, nah, they're not going to remember today. It's going to be a train wreck, All right. Well, bye, everybody. I'm going to watch the game. Toodaloo.